Hello, I'm Pastor Van Slager from God's Storehouse of Blessings, and I would like to let you know what's going on in Africa, more specifically Ghana, more specifically than that, Accra and Cape Coast. Back in '09, the first time that I'd ever went to Africa, we were basically touring the land, if you would. A pastor friend of mine named Samuel Wasu was taking me around, and one of the places we stopped at was a place called Cape Coast School for the Deaf. I must admit that upon going to this particular school, I was very intimidated. I was intimidated by the lack of resource they had, but at the same time I was very impressed with resiliency and endurance and perseverance. Watching kids that were deaf, they had a cultural dance team. The drummers that were drumming for this team were deaf. In some cases, some of the drummers were deaf and blind, and that just completely blew apart my imagination as to how you could even go on and continue to do that. So, needless to say, I was challenged and humbled all at the same time. One of the first things that we had come across was that they had a particular wood shop, that the government had built a building, but yet they didn't have enough things to go in the building. It's kind of like, having it wired and ready to go, but nothing in there. Since '09, a bank had donated some machines, but they still like working with old tools, and I mean old school, manual, if you would. And when I mean homemade, I mean homemade. I mean they really like to, get in there and be aggressive with it. And the less machinery, it would seem, is the better. And we figured as a church, we went and gave a donation and knew that by that we could kind of help them go. And the plan is to not only train the children that grow up a trade, but at the same time in the local region there, they can actually make desks for their school, their own school, and sell them and make things for the villages and kind of go on with it. And at the same time they're running a trade, they can actually make some money for their school and kind of keep things rolling. And upon coming to the school, there were so many rooms that were empty. One of them said graphic design, and you would come in the room and there would be nothing. They were teaching young girls how to do hair. I mean, the list goes on and on, but the problem is these rooms are empty. I want to see them filled. That's a quest that I have personally, but I learned something. I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. And I'm not asking for money, I'm asking for prayer. I'm asking for you to take a look and you see what God would have you to do. I didn't know anything about it until my first time, and I'm learning that if people are not aware of what's going on, how can they be supportive, whether it's prayerfully, financially, actually coming and doing something themselves? And God had to take me down a road to realize that a one-man army will get you killed real quick, and that's what I don't want to be. So we're going there, and hopefully I'm going to bring back some more footage and be more detailed in what I'm doing, because it's going to take me a couple of times of getting the information, getting it flowing. And now we have technology such as Facebook, and you can just put it on YouTube and we'll make a go of it. The next thing I would like to have you pray for me concerning me personally is I'm going to be preaching to fishermen just outside a particular castle. And bear in mind, this was a castle where slave ships left years ago. Just outside those doors, when we were taking the tour of Eldena Castle, you would walk outside, and all these fishing boats were lined up everywhere. And I was just constantly reminded how Jesus had told his disciples. He said, come follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. And I couldn't get that out of my head, and I was looking. The Lord had said, and spoke to me, when you come back, I want you to evangelize. I want you to witness to these men that are fishermen. And in this particular village and in this particular region, just outside of Cape Coast a little ways. And so I have a big monumental task ahead of me. I would appreciate your prayer. I know some people will see this and go to praying immediately. If nothing else, show this to a friend. Get your friends praying for me. The Lord has blessed me not only in meeting a lot of people on my journey in my walk with Christ. I'm very fortunate to have people I know in different places praying for me, and prayer will make all the difference in the world. If you're going to go change something, make sure you got people praying for you, because it'll take you a long way. The objective, of course, is to learn more about the school, do some things there. We also have a couple of families that are trying to adopt, and we're hoping that when I come back on this journey, when we come back together, we will have a youngster by the name of Elvis. he's called, and I can't call him any other thing than that. But that's his name. I thought, man, what an awesome name. But we're just yearning for that, you know, and it's so good to know that people are still hearing the call of God, and they're still compassionate about doing what they need to be doing in their life and following Christ. And we'll keep you posted.